there are two things that have been, that I've heard again and again and again. Number one is that you got to really watch out because these antidepressants in kids can increase suicidality. We'll talk about that, okay? And number two is that, and antidepressants don't work with kids. The data is not suggestive that they work. And that statement certainly looks supported by this meta-analysis, actually of 7 studies, where the effect size is 0.25. Now, if you're not real familiar with effect sizes, it's a numerical way, statistic of determining the magnitude of differentiation and effectiveness, placebo versus treatment, or treatment versus no treatment, okay? And you get out to about 4.0, and you have enough separation that you say, okay, probably this is working. And, I mean, it's not robust, but it's probably working. You get out to 0.8 or 1.0, and it's like, okay, yeah, this is a lot better than placebo. But that's just hard. It's really no better than placebo. But here is the rest of the story, and then we'll take a break. It was about a year or a year and a half before Prozac was going to go off patent, and then following right behind that, like 6 months later, Paxil was going to go off patent. Now, at that time, Prozac was netting Eli Lilly $100 billion, okay, a year. The SSRIs internationally, the antidepressants, as a class of medications, have been used more than any other class of medications. All right, now, what they said, the FDA had gotten concerned about these drugs being used with kids, okay? And they said, what we're going to do is, because look, here's the deal, the drug company does testing on 18-year-old and older. And why? Because they don't want to take a risk exposing kids to drug testing because they might hurt them and they get sued, so they don't do it. And one reason they don't do it is because they know we don't have to. Because we get this approved for 18 years of age and older, and guess what? Child psychiatrists and pediatricians will start using it with younger and younger kids. And then some kid gets screwed up or has some bad side effect, and they can't sue the company because, hey, we didn't. This is not FDA approved. They were using it off label. So, anyway, the FDA came along and said basically, knock it off. Okay, any drug that might be used with kids, you have to do safety studies. Okay, not efficacy studies, safety studies, because we know people are going to use it. And so a drug for Alzheimer's disease or prostate cancer obviously wouldn't be there, but antidepressants, yeah, okay. And so they said, and what we're going to do is we're going to provide you a financial incentive, and that is you do 3 studies with adequate sample size, regardless of the outcome. Regardless of the outcome, and you turn it into the FDA, and we will extend your patent by 6 months. Now look at the profits these drug companies were making. Look how much money they could make if they went out and spent maybe $500,000 doing 3 studies. Huge profits for that additional 6 months of patent life. And boy, when Prozac went off patent, it's down to less than 1% brand name Prozac now. Nobody, because it's generic, okay? So what they did is they went out and they did these studies, okay? And these studies, the methodology is, it's sloppy, okay? They had adequate sample sizes, but they did not show much efficacy, but most of the studies were done by pediatricians, or most of the treatment was done by pediatricians. And so it was not one of these very rigorous studies, and that's where the problem is. Okay, so you take the data from that and you have an effect size of 0.25, and that suggests, boy, these things don't work. They don't work. Okay. But we're going to take a look at some other studies that suggest that if you do it the right way, in fact, they probably do.